It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad.
I was trying to look at real quick, like, fun facts on here, but it's all stuff that I knew without having to, like, look up, so that's a shame because I thought I was...
This is the IMDb trivia.
Yeah, you looked at it already?
No.
Oh, it's all pretty much stuff like Neil Patrick Harris's fake husband in the movie is his real husband in real life.
That's his real husband, yeah.
And like the joke about Kal Penn working at the White House, he actually worked for the Obama administration.
What did he do?
He was a scriptwriter.
Really?
Or, I'm sorry, a
Speechwriter
or something like that. He worked for his campaign.
Hey, that's cool.
I don't know exactly what he did, but he quit. I believe he quit the campaign to do the second Harold and Kumar.
Okay. So at this point, because the first Harold and Kumar is when he started getting some recognition. I don't really recognize him from much else.
Van Wilder.
Oh, he was in Van Wilder.
He's Van Wilder's like protege.
That's right, dude. I completely forgot. And then they had a sequel to Van Wilder.
About him, The Rise of Taj.
The Rise of Taj, and that was Kal Penn.
Yeah.
Kal Penn was also in How I Met Your Mother.
He was with Neil Patrick Harris.
One of Robin Scherbatsky's potential mates, right?
Yeah, no, she dated Kal for a whole season.
Yeah, he was a recurring character for a while.
Yeah, no, he was literally in for a whole season. Neil Patrick Harris credits Harold and Kumar with his resurgence. Like he believes that if he didn't do that first movie, he wouldn't have gotten the role in How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, because prior to that, he was just
solidified that role.
Just a child star, right?
Doogie Howser, bro.
Doogie Howser.
We're just not wasting any time.
No, straight into the movie.
Why don't we take a breath? Happy Christmas Eve.
Dude, happy Christmas Eve. Do you hear those sleigh bells a-ringing?
And pitter-pattering on the roof above us?
And the jingle bells a-jingling?
You know, let's take it down for a second.
Let's bring it back.
To Christmas.
To
what we're here for.
This beautiful holiday.
What'd you ask Santa for this year?
You know, I asked him for a vaccine that won't give me a third dick.
That's weird, because I asked him for a vaccine that would give me a third dick.
Wow. Well, we'll see if it balances out, and we're just meeting in the middle with two dicks.
I do think it's interesting in Christmas films when, like, you see Santa's workshop, and they're not making real toys. They're just making, like, teddy bear and, like, wooden train.
Yeah.
They're
making toys that would have made
mass production.
These toys only would have made kids from like the 30s
like
happy.
Depression era kids happy.
Yeah, let me just stuff cotton in this bear. Let me give you this bike that might last a day or two.
Tricycle. It's never a bike. It's actually like a tricycle.
Yeah, a baseball bat.
When really they should be like designing video games.
Yeah.
So is Santa allowed to sell like intellectual property? Like if a kid asks for the new Call of Duty, are his elves like programming a Call of Duty?
Does he have some sort of affiliation with Treyarch and Infinity Ward?
Yeah.
Or let's say like anything with Apple. Does he have like a contract with Apple for all of the iPhones?
I think they both use the same workers. Yeah.
You think Santa Claus himself uses an iPhone? You think he's a blue bubble guy or a green bubble guy?
Ooh.
And really, the answer to
Santa's
this,
a blue bubble guy.
You think so?
Santa's got the money.
If he was a green bubble guy,
Easter Bunny's a
Stay
green
away
bubble.
from me.
Easter Bunny's green bubble.
Green bubble for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like the Easter Bunny uses everything bootleg.
And I know people are thinking, did these guys have a stroke? What are they talking about? But no, we did not.
No, I've never felt more sober. I've never felt more clear-minded.
You feel really sober right now?
You know, in comparison to other nights, yeah, for sure.
That's my life story. But without further ado.
Yes, ICBTB.
Welcome.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's take it back. I'll do one welcome, you do the next one, and we'll do the third one together. Are you ready for this? Welcome. My
name is Alejandro.
And my name is Christian.
And we are the host of ICBTB Podcast.
Also known as It Can't Be That Bad
Podcast.
Baddies. Gather around the fire.
Light that log.
Toast your tiny marshmallows.
Cheers your apple cider.
Yes, and, get crunkety crunk, if that's how you do it during this quarantine holiday.
God knows that's how I do it.
You know that you're having a good holiday because Aunt Sally, that bitch, she's not here because she's quarantining up. God bless her soul. Right?
God bless Aunt Sally.
Little Timmy ain't screaming in your ear.
Nope.
Because little Timmy is quarantining himself.
At home.
God bless his soul.
God bless us, everyone.
Yes. Now, Your favorite Christmas dish, Alejandro? What is it?
Probably a Christmas ham. We usually have ham on Christmas dinner.
A good ham.
A nice orange glazed ham.
Do Thanksgiving foods, does that kind of bleed into what Christmas foods are? Do they share similarities?
I think so. I think a lot of people have turkey on Christmas, but traditionally you would have a Christmas goose.
Goose. Do people eat geese?
Yeah, goose is a pretty popular poultry, but it's gone out of fashion in the last couple 100 years. Mm-hmm. But a Christmas goose and a Thanksgiving turkey was generally the tradition.
How about a Peking duck for them Asian Christmases out there?
You get Peking duck all throughout the year, bro.
That's right.
Because Peking is a type of duck, not a way of cooking.
Hey, you could eat whatever you want. Any type of duck, I don't judge.
Maybe don't eat mallards. Mallards are really pretty.
Yeah, don't eat pretty animals. Ugly animals only.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, only eat ugly animals.
Yeah, I'm anti-ugly animals. Unless they're like pugs, where they're so ugly they're cute.
But would pugs be the tastiest of the dogs?
I don't know. What's the fat content to the muscle content? Do we want like a leaner animal when we eat, or do we want something like, are we gonna want like to feast on this like as if it's a pork belly?
I don't want to progress this any further because now I'm thinking about what kind of dog would melt in my mouth faster.
Yep, and that's something that my generation of folks have been thinking about forever and ever.
Your generation of folks?
Yes. Yeah, that makes no sense. Never mind. My folks of their generation, as in my parents and their parents' parents. Filipinos just have this stigma of that as if we're dog eaters. However,
I thought that was a Chinese thing. Like,
it's an Asian thing.
Didn't they have a dog eating festival in China?
Yes, for sure. That's a thing.
But they're like stray dogs. It's not like they're stealing dogs out of your backyard.
Yeah, they're not doing that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Especially during the holidays.
Well, it's the holiday season.
At this time of year.
And whoop-dee-doo. And la-da-dee-da. Something is the Christmas song.
Yes, sprinkles in hot chocolate with tiny marshmallows.
For an incredible improver and an incredible singer, you can't do them both at the same time.
It depends if I'm really trying.
It looked like you were really trying.
Yeah, 60%.
75.
You want me to go 75?
No. We watched a movie called
A Very Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas.
And to be 100% honest, guys, to thoroughly enjoy this film, you should get as high as you possibly can.
Get all of the marijuana that exists in your homeland or town, wherever the fuck you are.
Huff glue if you have to.
Smoke it up. Sniff a Sharpie if you gotta.
Don't do anything too hard. We're not asking you to rail some cocaine, but we're asking you to maybe take an extra puff of the inhaler.
Maybe use that extra hand sanitizer that you got on your hand because you just squirted too much. And then just
always a problem.
Sniff it. It's always a problem.
Yeah. If you are like on Ritalin, maybe instead of taking it as a pill, crush it up and snort it. You just got to get fucked up for this movie because even in the first 2 minutes, they're getting high.
Yeah, and also it's a 3D movie that you're most likely not going to watch
see in 3D.
Exactly,
but still enjoyable.
Still,
because
very
I could
enjoyable.
Exactly tell what parts were going to be in 3D.
Yeah, it's very shoehorned in, and I'm not complaining.
Honestly, if any franchise that's a comedy makes it to their third movie and they don't make the third movie in 3D, you're missing out on an incredible joke.
I'm upset that The Return of the Jedi was not in 3D.
Me too. We watched a movie called A Very Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas. It is rated R.
Mazel tov.
It was released in the year 2011.
Not fitting for a Christmas movie.
But we're going past it.
We're doing it.
It has a runtime of 1 hour and... This cannot be right. 1 hour and 48 minutes.
Oh, is that the extended cut that we're looking at?
I thought it had an hour and 28 minutes. I thought it was closer to.
I think it was an hour 29 is what I saw when I watched this on Prime.
Well, don't trust these fuckers on Google.
Google, get your numbers, come correct, or else don't come at all.
Honestly, if I had a nickel every time I heard that. It has a rating of 6.3 out of 10 on IMDb, a 68% on the Rotten Tomatoes, and a 61% on Metacritic. But Mr. Baltazar.
Hello.
Google has its own rating system. And in fact, they rate it on a thumbs up, thumbs down scale.
So I'm aware.
What percentage of Google users approve of this film?
90%.
You're close.
89?
85.
85. Okay.
85%. Higher than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Usually comedies on their third run aren't getting this high of a rating.
Definitely. And like how wacky.
Especially like how stupid this movie knows what it is.
Right from the get. It wastes no time with showing us how bonkers it is.
Oh, Patton Oswalt as Hannah is...
Yeah.
Every time I see
ridiculous.
Every time we've seen a movie for this month, I've found my new favorite Santa Claus. Like first it was Jim Belushi, then it was Mel Gibson, then it was I guess technically Paul Giamatti, and then now it's Patton Oswalt.
These are all different flavors of different Santas.
Not even closely related Santa Claus.
They should start a Santa gang.
Like a citadel of Santa Clauses.
Yeah, dude.
Synapses coming at you.
Right at you.
6 years after their last adventure, stoner pals Harold and Kumar have grown apart and found new friends. As each is busy making the holiday preparations, a mysterious package mistakenly arrives on Kumar's doorstep. Unfortunately, Kumar's attempt to redirect the package to Harold goes up in smoke. Along with a prized Christmas tree belonging to Harold's father-in-law, the pair's journey across New York City to find a replacement tree threatens to blow Christmas Eve sky high.
For such a short movie, that's a long synopsis.
Oh, I'm out of breath. I do want to say what I enjoyed about this film is there's a solid 20, 30 minutes where Harold and Kumar are not interacting with each other.
Yes.
And that's very reminiscent to me of Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke, which is like, I think their second or third movie.
Oh, I remember that cover. They're coming right at, their heads are coming out of a joint.
And Cheech and Chong are like, they have like two scenes together in the beginning, and the whole rest of the movie, they're not together. Cheech is like getting ready for a date and kicks Chong out of the house. So Chong's just like fucking around with Cheech's cousin, who is Cheech Marin pretending to be somebody else. But like Cheech is in the house like doing his own shit for the whole movie. Cheech and Chong aren't even together with each other.
This is basically the reverse of it.
And I think this is one of the funniest jokes of like, you're here to see Cheech and Chong film. They're actually never hanging out in this movie.
Yeah. You're here to see Harold and Kumar. Sorry, you got to survive 20 minutes.
Yeah, got to go through 20 minutes of Kumar with, what's that guy's? Amir.
Adrian. Amir's the actor's name?
Amir's the actor's name, but I remember him from like The Funny or Die.
He's hilarious.
It had a budget of $10 million. And I would venture to say 9.99 million of it went to special effects.
Oh, for this 3D movie?
Yes. But would you like to guess how much it made in its recoup?
I accidentally saw it. Let's see how good my memory is from a few hours ago. 36 million? Some shit like that?
Yes. Do you want to get even closer to the pin?
Oh, with going adding a decimal in there? 36.4?
36.2.
Ah.
Very good, though. Well done. What?
Putangina.
What does that mean?
It's it's a bad Tagalog word. You want me to tell you what it means?
Yes.
Okay, can you guess it with your Spanish brand? Put on your Spanish cap.
Oh, no, but that one isn't Spanish.
Putangina. Well, it's just kind of like it has that Spanish influence on it.
Pussy and bitch? Pussy
kind
bitch?
of. Ina. Well, ina means mom in Tagalog, but puta.
Fuck your mother?
Basically, yeah. Or putangina mo is your mother's a bitch.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know the exact translation, but that's what that is.
It's like chinga tu madre is like...
I've heard people say that a lot.
Yeah, fuck your mother.
Yeah, and I'm scared to say it.
Yeah, don't.
I won't.
I mean, let's jump into it. Like we said, the first 2 minutes, Kumar's getting high with Patton Oswalt's Santa Claus.
Because Patton Oswalt's Santa Claus is also a dealer.
He's like the funniest weed because all his weed is Christmas themed. And even Kumar's like, you don't have anything that's not Christmas themed? And he's like, yeah, man, what do you want? You know what you're getting here.
It's the holidays. Come on.
You know what you're getting here.
Such a crazy... And like Kumar comes... So Patton Oswalt is a mall Santa. And in front of all these children, Kumar comes high, looking shaggy and dirty as hell, sits on his lap and says, wait your turn. Don't worry, you'll be able to sit on Santa's crotch or some shit like that.
You can rub your ass on Santa's dick later, kid.
It's so dirty. In front of all these children.
You see Santa's photographer?
No, who is Santa's photographer?
I don't know what her name is, but she is gorgeous.
Oh, she was a baddie.
She's just Santa's little helper if I've ever seen one.
Ooh, a better Santa's little helper than, what's her name from
Elizabeth
Fred Claus?
Elizabeth Banks. I think so.
Ooh, okay, that's a tall order then.
That's a tall order. Harold and Kumar, you've watched the other two.
Mm-hmm.
And I was not actually a fan of Escape from Guantanamo Bay.
That's the one I remember the least.
Me as well. I actually think this one might be a little better.
Really? The third beating the second movie.
It's funny. It's fun. It's a Christmas film.
I believe it was rated higher critically too. I think the other one did not do as well. Guantanamo Bay. What I remember from Guantanamo Bay are like
NPH.
There is NPH in Guantanamo Bay.
Really?
Yeah, that's why there was like a flashback in this third movie of Neil Patrick Harris leaving a brothel and
That's
getting
from the first
shot.
one.
Really?
That's from the first movie.
I could have sworn that was from the second
the
movie.
brothel scene's from the first movie.
I am tripping. I thought NPH was in all of them.
He might be, but I don't remember him in the second
I don't
one.
know. Yeah.
And it's a good thing we have a podcast where people listen to us as if we know what we're talking about.
And they could replay this and fact check us later.
And we act like we have so many facts.
All we have are 2 microphones.
Literally, that's why we're doing
That's
a podcast.
why we're here. We have the technology to fucking scream in your ears and think that we're right.
You're welcome, baddies.
Yes.
A lot of heavy hitters in this film.
Yes.
We already mentioned Patton Oswalt, but of course, Kal Penn playing Kumar, John Cho playing Harold.
Yep.
NPH, Neil Patrick Harris, is playing Neil Patrick Harris.
A very exaggerated, different version of himself.
But in this film, we also have Tom Lennon,
yes.
who's playing Harold's new friend. We also have Patton Oswalt. We also have Amir Blumenfield.
As Adrian.
We also have David Krumholtz. We also have Eddie Thomas. We also have Bobby Lee. Mm-hmm. We also have David Barak, who is NPH's husband. We got them all.
You know, Bobby Lee's character is he was a character in the first one.
I am remembering Bobby Lee's character
So
now.
in the first movie, they go to a college.
That's right.
And
because
Bobby
they're
Lee's
in college.
Yeah, because I think
They're
that's what
both.
it.
Yeah.
I think
Kumar's getting kicked out, and Harold's trying to graduate.
that's what it is. And so it's the same college where those 2 hot foreign girls play battle shits. But there's like
I forgot about
Bobby
that
Lee's one of the
one.
Asian students that's there. And he comes back, and his role in this movie...
Incredible.
There for maybe a maximum of 3 minutes cumulatively.
Honestly, it's the side characters. I like Harold and Kumar, but I think original Harold and Kumar is a better showing of them.
Yeah.
This one is fun because it's almost like, look at how wacky their friends are. Look at what they can make the other people do in wackiness. And like, I liked Bobby Lee's like egg death.
Yes. Because
if I can call it that.
That's what it is. I mean, because Bobby Lee is the direct assistant working under John Cho, under Harold, and Harold works on Wall Street. Very successful, man.
And the protesters are protesting. They're like, Wall Street 2 suck. Their signs are like, greed is not good.
Yeah.
They're protesting. They're literally protesting the Shia LaBeouf Wall Street 2 movie.
Yep. The one that came out years later after the first one. And so once they come out, Bobby Lee's trying to protect his boss, John Cho, and literally takes maybe
100 eggs.
Is it 100 or something like
eggs.
that? So many. And you see the egg splatter in 3D.
I was just going to say, the egg throwing is all an excuse just to... Do you remember in 2009 to 2012 when like any movie that was 3D went out of its way to like, whoa.
Yeah. I remember one of the first 3D movies to come out in theaters and had like a very successful big release was My Bloody Valentine in 3D.
Interesting. I don't remember that one. I remember Superman Returns.
Was that in 3D?
Was in theaters in 3D, and I saw it in IMAX 3D. And there was only 3 scenes that were in 3D.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it wasn't even the whole movie. So it would be like, put your glasses on now. So you put your glasses on. And then he's like running through cornfields and like the corn's flying at you. And then you like take them off. And then like, I remember that. And then the next year we went to go see Polar Express and the whole movie was in 3D. And slowly but surely it became like, you know.
Polar Express, I have a bad association with Polar Express because it reminds me of one Christmas where...
You all went to see it in theaters and everyone left crying?
I wish it was that good,
but we did that
worse.
with Marley and me.
Oh, really? Oh, I've done that before at home and anywhere else I've watched it. But
what happened to Polar Express?
One Christmas, my mom got me Polar Express on DVD with the toy train, and this is when I wanted like action figures, and I was so upset and I cried. No kid wants that. No kid wants a DVD for Christmas.
But it came with the train.
What am I? Once again, what am I, a kid from the 1930s that wants a teddy bear and like a tricycle? What am I going to do with the toy train? I'm going to get bored with that shit within seconds.
We buried the lead. The biggest actor to be in this film.
Who's the biggest actor?
Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo, the owner of a taqueria or like a taco place in
A chain
in Southern California.
Wee Man also owns a chain of taco trucks. So
hey, man, celebrities are doing it. They're trying to make foods. They're
completely unrelated, but you know, Wee Man and my cousin Jeff were best friends in middle school.
You're blowing my mind. What's up? Your cousin Jeff sounds like a different version of Neil Patrick Harris.
Also, my cousin Jeff was on the set of Starship Troopers with Neil Patrick Harris.
Your cousin Jeff is Superman to me.
He's honestly got some of the best stories, and I steal a lot of them and make them my own.
Hey, that's fine.
That's
what comedians do.
That's what comedians do.
We steal jokes. Hi, I'm Carlos Mencia.
Hi, I'm Bill Cosby.
And I'd much rather be Carlos Mencia than Bill Cosby.
Carlos Mencia stole from Bill Cosby, though.
And also Joe Rogan.
That's how he got caught.
And also, Bobby Lee opened for Carlos Mencia a bunch and wouldn't have his comedic career if it wasn't for Carlos Mencia.
You know, Mind of Mencia was a funny show.
It was.
Mind of Mencia was very funny, but, he's actually German.
Oh, he's
not even Mexican.
I don't even think that's his real name, Carlos Mencia.
No, his name is... No, it's not.
Something completely different so that he sounds more ethnic.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But back to the movie.
One more thing about Carlos Mencia. Isn't it weird how like there was a time when Carlos Mencia and Dane Cook were like the tentpoles of comedy?
Yeah.
And like and despite what they are now, there was a time in the early 2000s where like Carlos Mencia, Dane Cook, and Frank Caliendo could do no wrong.
Frank Caliendo was the alpha male in Mad TV. He was able to do all impressions.
Any and all impression.
Dane Cook literally became a star overnight.
And figured out how to use social media.
Was the first comedian to sell out Madison Square Garden?
Yes.
Wow. And now he has a bad rap. Other comedians hate him because he technically doesn't really tell jokes. He just says things very funny.
Well, upon revisiting his stand-up, I have to agree that he's not actually doing setups and punchlines. But Henry Ford used Dodge engines in his first couple of cars. So.
Hey, man, whatever gets you the money. And
Good Luck Chuck is hilarious. Employee of the Month is hilarious.
Yes, I'm fans of both of those.
The way Dane Cook acted in the Fast Times at Ridgemont High table read.
Uh-huh.
He's a good actor.
For him to have hosted that thing, good for him. Still relevant to
good for Dane
some
Cook.
extent. Good
Dane
for
Cook
him.
fans over here.
Yes. I don't dislike him. I like him.
I've actually never disliked him. I just do think he doesn't tell jokes.
Yeah, but I'd watch him in a movie. I think he plays like a funny lead.
I think fans are allowed to critique. They're just not allowed to be assholes.
Yeah, that's why we critique and review movies, just as long as we're not assholes.
Specifically, Harold and Kumar.
3D Christmas.
Thank you very much. So unfortunately, Harold and Kumar aren't friends anymore. And I mentioned this to you before we started recording. I have a feeling eventually in our lifetimes, you're going to turn into this version of Harold, and I'm going to be Kumar.
I don't.
I think you're going to get married and have a house and move on to be an adult, and then you're going to have adult wine parties, and you're not going to invite me because you're going to think I'm part of your old life. You're going to think I'm part of your immature life. And I know that there's going to be parties you're going to invite all your fancy work friends to and not me. And when I find out about that, I'm going to go to that party and kill all your fucking friends.
Well, what's your weapon of choice?
I'm going to use my fucking fists.
That's fucking awesome. Okay. That's kind of cool. I think I'd be your friend after that. I'd be like, okay.
You have to be.
You've proven your friendship. Also, don't kill me.
You'd be like, you passed the test.
This is these are hired actors that are all dead.
You dip your hand in the blood and just Simba me on the face and you pass.
We're friends again. Want to start a podcast?
Anyways, you don't think so?
No, dude, because
you don't think you would have your a cappella friends over without me?
What? No, that's fine. I would invite if you really wanted to, but also, do you really want to talk about acapella to my acapella friends?
No. You don't invite me around them anymore because I make fun of them.
Yeah, don't make fun of my acapella friends or my acapella groups.
I make fun of everybody.
We're cool people. Yeah, you do. Okay. Well, so you're like the comedian that's like, I'm not racist because I'm making jokes about all races.
His name's Don Rickles, and yes, that's exactly who I am.
Okay.
I'm the modern day Don Rickles.
Okay.
Wow, that was huge. If anybody took offense to that, I don't mean to offend Don Rickles, but I wish I was our modern day Don Rickles.
You could strive to be. I
think actually Ari Shaffir is our generation's Don Rickles.
Oh yeah, he's the inflammatory comedian.
He just loves to piss people off.
Yeah, he does. That's his whole career. That's what it's based off of.
Like Neil Patrick Harris pretending to be gay in this film.
I love that. Probably,
I think it's such a funny bit.
Probably my favorite 10 minutes of the film is that.
I believe when the first one came out, nobody knew he was gay yet.
Mm-mm.
Because you remember how it came out was Perez Hilton
Yes, that's right.
dropped it on like E.
And because it was supposed to be, he wanted to keep it
Well, it wasn't
on the down low.
It's nobody's business.
Yeah. And so I love that they doubled down on this joke. They doubled down so hard that if he was actually a straight man, it would be offensive.
They had his real husband there, and they did like this whole like, oh yeah, I love him, and then they like kiss, and then they close the door and like, oh, I told you no tongue.
I told you no tongue. And then
Like, you told me to make it real.
And his husband's like, I'll keep this charade up as long as I see money keep going into my bank account.
Put more money in my bank account.
That's what it was. And Neil Patrick Harris in this movie is pretending to be gay so that he could use it as a tool to sleep with women. And he uses on one of the backup dancers because what is he? He's throwing like a musical,
like a Rockettes Christmas musical,
starring him. He's the star of the show. He has a bunch of backup dancers.
I would give Neil Patrick Harris a lead in any musical.
I would give him all of the money to watch that musical. Take my money.
I do want to see that Christmas special though.
Yes, that looks fun. But he is such a terrible person in this movie.
But so funny.
He gives that girl a massage. So this backup dancer comes to the green room because he wants to give her one-on-one performing tips. And he says, obviously, the most cliche line, you just look tense. Let's loosen you up. Okay, so take off your sweater because I got to give you a massage. And he says in about 60 seconds or about 30 seconds, you're going to feel some lotion on your back. Disgusting, but Neil Patrick Harris could get away with it because it's him, dude.
He's so good. And then like Harold and Kumar are hiding in the dressing room, and the girl runs off, and then like they're hiding behind one of those like Chinese like lingerie shades.
Yeah, the thing that you hide change behind
when you're putting on lingerie. Yeah, and then it like falls down, and Neil Patrick Harris like knows they're there, and they're like, "Do you like the show, boys?" And they're like, "What? How did you know we're here?" And like, I'm Neil Patrick Harris.
Harold Kumar, have a seat, guys.
I've been to the Magic Castle, and I drank the Neil Patrick Harris drink that they have there named after him. It's a old fashioned made with wild turkey with only one ice cube, and boy is it brutal because wild turkey is a strong whiskey.
Would you highly recommend?
I would, but ask them for a couple more ice cubes.
Oh, it's still kind of lukewarm even with that ice cube?
It would just one wasn't enough. I even went back to the bartender and was like, hey man, can I get another couple ice cubes in this? And he was like, did you get the NPH? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, no worries.
Your throat's out
like,
because
everybody
it's burning
knows.
from the whiskey.
Yeah, dude, everybody has to get it because it's
a legendary drink named after a legendary man.
But if that's what NPH is drinking,
I'll drink it.
That
dude.
Man can hold it.
If he were to come out with an actual like alcohol, like how Ryan Reynolds has his own gin, I'd drink it.
Yeah, but Ryan Reynolds didn't make that gin. He just bought into it.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Fake as fuck.
No, that's called branding.
Branding's good. You see how easy I'm swayed?
You're such a bitch.
I want to say that this movie didn't really pick up for me up until they actually came together.
I agree. It was a little slow in the beginning.
Yeah.
My favorite line does come when they finally meet up, when Kumar goes to give the package to Harold, and he's like, hey, do you want to come in for a drink? And they open the package, and it's a giant joint that like flies out the window and lands in the tree.
It boomerangs.
Lights the whole tree on fire. Classic. But my favorite part in that whole thing is when he grabs the throw pillows.
Yeah.
And Harold's like, not the throw pillows. And then he runs away. And the first thing Kumar does is just throw the throw pillows into the fire, and he goes, I did it anyway. Yeah,
that's you. That's definitely you.
That is my favorite line of like, don't tell me what to do. And then he's like, I did it anyways. That is
such a child.
My absolute favorite line in the whole film is just, especially the way too, when he like throws him in and just like, I did it anyways.
Like a kid, a legitimate kid. What is, okay, so
what is their age? They're like in their 40s.
Are they in this movie?
No, they make a mention about how they're in their early 30s, but I believe they're quite
as actors, I think they're closer to their 40s during this time. But Harold is very proud of his household. He even talks about sconces. I don't even know what a sconce is. I don't think I'm at that level yet.
I'll show you the sconces in your house.
Can you just describe it to me right here on this audio medium?
No, I'll show them to you.
Okay, why are you threatening me? Why are you scaring me?
This is how I overcorrect when I don't know what it is either.
Oh, that's what it is? You don't know what a sconce is?
I think it's that's a banister. Never mind.
I think it's that's a scone.
A scone? Were you going to say it's like a pastry?
That's what the word reminds me of.
I think a sconce is a lighting fixture.
Is it? Fuck us, right? We don't know, but that's okay.
But good for Harold for building his house up to the way he wants it, and wants to improve the life of him and his wife and impress his family, his wife's family, that is.
Yes.
I was telling you, his wife's family is Mexican.
Yeah.
Danny Trejo is the dad, and the brother is like, oh, he made parole. He's like, yeah, not exactly. I was saying, though, at the beginning, before we recorded, was if this was a real Mexican family, every single one of them would be calling Harold Chinito. Like, that's just how Mexican families are. Even if you look a little bit Asian, you're Chinito. I'm Chinito in my family.
Can I be Chinito?
Not compared to me, though, because like if my family put us next to each other, I would still be the Chinito one.
Is there like a nickname that your family would probably give me if they didn't know my name?
Gordo.
Gordo? I'm not even gordo anymore.
You're gordo enough.
I'm gordo
That's the thing.
enough.
It's like nicknames aren't, you know what I mean? Like I said, Chinito in some families, like if you don't have real Asians in your family, like you could just be on a hot day and squinting, and then all of a sudden now your nickname is Chinito for the rest of your life.
You'd just be looking at the sun.
You're just always Chinito now, or you're always fucking Paco. You know what I mean?
My Spanish teacher said I looked like a dinosaur and kept on calling me Dinosaurio for the 2 years that I had him.
Was that Mr. Lopez?
Mr. Lopez.
I only know Mr. Lopez because he would sell Pop-Tarts to us.
Yeah, what a crazy side hustle that
he would
Spanish
like open
teacher.
his drawer and have like candy and shit.
He's like, don't tell.
Don't tell nobody. Christian, take it away.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, after that, the movie does pick up. Another one of my favorite scenes is where they go to the Christmas tree.
I was
location?
just about to bring up the Christmas tree lot.
That lot.
The two black guys who are running it.
Mm-hmm. And like one pretends to be hard as shit, and the other one's
like, I'm sorry, he doesn't know what he's doing. And then like, hey, can I be the hard one now? And then
they swap.
Like, hey, motherfucker! He's like, too hard.
He's acting so hard that as he's screaming at Harold and
Tom Lennon,
that his grill comes out. His grill comes out, falls to the ground, and then the other black guy was like, "Damn, dude,
I gotta put that in my mouth.
I gotta put that in my mouth tomorrow."
RZA.
That's who he was.
RZA.
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking wild.
You know where RZA's from?
What's the movie? What's the fucking movie?
I was thinking more of his rap group.
Oh, Wu-Tang?
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Dude, or Goo Gang Band?
I didn't realize you were such a rap pop master.
Tom Lennon's lines.
He plays the best dad.
The best dad.
Did you ever see him in 17 Again?
I've seen 17 Again. I
Zac
can't
Efron,
remember. Was he the boss? No.
He's Zac Efron's friend. Right? So the one that who pretends to be his dad when he becomes 17.
Oh, okay. See, I can't remember that far back.
Anyways, Tom Lennon plays a great dad.
Well,
I think Tom Lennon's hilarious.
Well, he's in a lot of things. Reno 911.
I was just going to say, but he's not playing a dad in Reno 911.
No, he's playing a gay cop.
A normal cop.
A normal cop. I'm so sorry.
I mean, not that gay is normal. I mean, a normal gay cop.
Just a cop that's wearing very short shorts.
God, this hole's deep that we're digging.
Canceled.
Yeah, Tom Lennon is hilarious in this film, and he has a weird set of baggage. I think the baggage is called daughter.
Yes. Honestly, this daughter is a handful, or becomes a handful.
This daughter becomes 2 handfuls.
And more.
Actually gains superpowers.
More. This daughter literally bouncing off the walls.
Because first the baby gets high on pot.
Yes.
Then the baby gets high on cocaine.
Yes.
Then the baby takes ecstasy.
Yes.
And then we don't see the baby anymore.
We don't, huh?
We actually don't know what happens to the baby. After the baby takes ecstasy and is with the lights, we don't actually see the baby ever again.
Maybe the baby died because it was just OD'd on all of those drugs.
I mean, that's a very real answer.
Oh, yeah, that's the most grounded answer, but I guess in this crazy movie...
She's probably just the funnest 8-year-old in the world.
This
that
movie
baby was younger than 8. That baby was 3.
That baby looked newborn.
3 or 4. That was not a newborn.
That's an exaggeration. Honestly, that baby actress is great.
Hilarious.
Great. The fact that she could make the facial expressions that she did and give like...
The finger?
She was giving the finger where, you know...
Not giving the finger, but the come here finger.
For the people listening, yeah, like it's the finger where you're telling someone to get over here.
Oh, is that what you call it? I call it something else.
Oh, what do you call that?
Scratching the inside of my nose.
Oh, really? The inside of your nostril must be bleeding if you're hooking in that much. Anyway, I don't want
Fred Claus.
Fred Claus. Wrong fucking movie, dude.
Jiggle all the way.
Oh, wrong movie again.
Leprechaun.
Oh, Fat Man.
Let's talk about Amir.
Adrian.
Adrian is replacement Harold.
Yeah. He's also funny.
He's hilarious.
But he's a little too wacky to be Kumar's counterpart.
It'd be like if I found somebody who was wackier than me.
Yeah.
Right? If suddenly I became the straight man in a relationship, and I'd be like, I can't.
Wouldn't that just throw off your dynamic?
I don't like people who are bigger characters than me.
Like
I need to be the biggest character.
That's why, like, my girl. I think this is why my first girlfriend and I didn't work out.
Because you guys both wanted to be big characters.
We were just like,
that's exactly why me and my last girlfriend didn't work out, because we both like to have the attention on.
right? I feel like a comedian or performer shouldn't date another person that's just as big as them.
Can't share the spotlight, bro.
No, come on. You gotta be.
Get your own laughs, lady. Mm-hmm. Get your own laughs.
Be an introvert. Hide in the closet.
No, don't hide. Be free. Come out of the closet.
Yeah, I guess.
Amir is fixated on deflowering this woman
At a party.
But this woman has a problem where her father is the most feared man in New York City.
A Ukrainian mob boss.
Which is...
Sergey is his name.
So specific.
So specific. She is fine as hell, though. When she comes down during that party in like a white dress.
She's okay.
Yeah, she's okay?
She's okay.
This is why we work out. We got... you said a bit young?
Yeah.
Now you're making me seem weird.
No, it's just like I don't like the look. I don't know.
You want MILFs?
Sure.
You disgusted yourself there.
No, I wasn't disgusted. I'm every woman is beautiful.
Every woman's beautiful.
Anyways, Sergey is just there to add more tension to this film, because as if the stakes weren't high enough that Harold's trying to like save the family and Kumar's trying to like prove that he's worth anything, they also have to add the fact that like this Ukrainian mobster is also chasing them all throughout New York, and eventually catches them.
Yep.
But is saved by my favorite character in the entire film.
Adrian?
No.
The baby?
No.
Who?
Wafflebot.
Wafflebot. Who is...
How is Wafflebot not your favorite character in this film?
Wafflebot came out of the cut.
Wafflebot, who in the commercial, in the first 2 minutes, is making a kid cry.
Yes.
Like, did you notice that in the commercial, the kid is crying at Wafflebot?
He's dispensing fiery hot syrup.
Hot off the griddle waffles.
Yes.
And then also has like a reoccurring role in the Neil Patrick Harris Christmas special. The Wafflebot does a whole Little Drummer Boy special.
That's right. Which is, baddies, this movie is crazy.
Honestly, you have to be super stoned, because like it takes so many jumps and like adds and builds and builds and builds. If you're not stoned by the time Wafflebot is doing the Little Drummer Boy, you're not going to enjoy it.
No, you got to enjoy it to the max. It just escalates and escalates. Who knew Wafflebot?
Like a good comedy.
Yes, like a great comedy. Wafflebot was just this commercial that Kumar was watching while he was hella high.
And that could have been it. If that would have been it, Wafflebot still would have come up in this episode.
I would have been satisfied.
I still would be talking about Wafflebot.
But this Wafflebot
not only comes back 2, 3, 4 times, saves the day.
Saves the day and has the capabilities to develop emotions and affinity toward humans, to Kumar specifically, man.
I love you.
I love you. And
I like you too, Wafflebot. I like how Kumar, every single time the robot's like, I love you, Kumar's like, yeah, I like you too, Wafflebot.
He is like, Kumar has weird commitment issues, as we see with Vanessa.
Oh my God, I am Kumar.
Oh, you should get yourself a Wafflebot.
I should try and grow a beard.
Like Kumar?
I am actively trying to grow a beard.
You know, I've seen you rubbing your chin a lot because...
It's all like, it's a subconscious thing. But
it's also good. Apparently, rubbing areas where you want to stimulate hair growth, like if you do massage your scalp, if you wanted your hair to grow in certain spots, that's good. Apparently, it revives collagen. There you go. You look like you got an OnlyFans there.
Trying to make my nipple hair stronger.
Except you were rubbing it a little too deep.
Sorry, that was just for pleasure. That had nothing to do with what you were saying.
Oh, hey, to your own, my friend.
Do you enjoy nipple stipulation? I'm sorry, I don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
I don't like when women play with my nipples. I think
I don't like nips.
That's my job.
Anti-nips here.
You hate nips?
I love Barbies. I like how Barbies look. Real nipples? Ugh.
Wow.
I'm kidding. I hope you know I'm kidding, man. Dude.
I did kind of, but I also was hoping that wasn't a joke where you're like things like, yeah, I actually despise nipples.
How crazy would it be if I had a Facebook group that was like anti-nip?
Boobs, no nipples.
Boobs, no nips. Wow.
I don't know how to recover from that one.
I'm so sorry that I threw you off course.
No, it was my own doing. It was honestly like I led us down that path, and here I am. Usually I can take us out.
This is comedy,
Of this
dude.
quicksand.
I'm yes-anding, man.
You are.
I'm hitting the ball right to you.
And I'm unfortunately caught in the bog.
You're caught in the bog, dude. And maybe we should hit the ball back into the right court.
Or we could talk about a movie.
That too.
Okay.
That too.
I mean, guys, it's Harold and Kumar.
Yeah.
It's also Harold and Kumar that was supposed to be in 3D.
Yeah.
It's also supposed to be a Christmas film.
Yeah. A bunch of cameos.
This is the funnest Christmas film we've done this month.
Yeah. No,
We've had a lot of good times and a lot of funny films, but this is legitimately like, even as much fun as Fat Man is, it gets pretty intense. This movie is lighthearted 100% way through. 100% through.
As much as we say about films like turn this on in the background, this is definitely a film that you could turn on in the background. Look at it every now and then, just get a good laugh. But also, you got to be high.
You got to be, like, get smoked out of your gourd for this one, because you got to be on a different planet.
They even go to White Castle in this movie.
They do, and I do like how that's kind of a throwaway thing, because they're like, yeah, we know what we're doing.
We got that bit out of the way in the entire first movie.
Yeah, for sure.
They get it so easily, too.
Oddly enough, my dad is a big fan of Harold and Kumar.
Really?
Yeah, my dad really enjoys these films. And I remember, like, there's a couple of times where my dad will surprise me. He'll be like, I really like that movie. I'm like, really?
Was he a fan of Cheech and Chong?
I think he was, actually, because I think the first time I watched Cheech and Chong was with him.
So maybe it's this whole thing about the stoned duo.
My dad used to like Cheech and Chong. He used to listen to their records when they used to do comedy records.
Oh, that's nice.
And they had the whole bit of, my favorite Cheech and Chong bit was Chong's listening to records in his car in his room, and his dad's knocking on the door, and he's like, "Hey, turn that shit off!" And he's like, "What?" And he's like knocking on the door. He's like, "Who is it?" And it's like,
he like, your dad absolutely loved that.
Yeah, my dad showed me all of those like comedy records.
Bob
Newhart and all of that.
It's crazy that my first introduction to Cheech Marin was From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be Lion King.
Was he?
He's the hyena. He's one of the hyenas.
I did not know that. I did not even know that, dude. Really?
I've always known Cheech. Cheech has always been a mainstay in my family because he used to sing that song, Mexican Americans don't like to get up early. Is that
his real voice?
No,
because there's
character.
so much, very much like how Larry the Cable Guy. That's not his real voice.
Cheech, Larry isn't even his real name. Cheech's dad was a LAPD, and Chong is Canadian.
Man, so these are really just characters.
I'm pretty sure Harold and Kumar are our generation's Cheech and Chong.
Yeah.
Not as successful.
Yeah,
but
a little more grounded.
Say in the same cultural stay.
I love, to get back to Harold and Kumar, I do love their
dynamic.
Like John Cho, like I said, the movie doesn't pick up until they are together again, but that's because Kumar is just so out of this world, all super duper high, and John Cho's just trying to make his wife's dad happy, right?
Yeah.
Just like the straight man. It's great.
I really enjoy the kind of like throwaway lines that they have in this film that are like meta jokes in them of itself. We've already kind of touched on a few of them. Neil Patrick Harris's husband being in it is a meta joke. The meta joke of making fun of Kumar getting a job at the White House because Kal Penn actually worked for the Obama administration.
Yeah.
John Cho being fucking George Takei from Star Trek. Like, they make that joke because John Cho played that character when he was in the Star Trek films.
As George Takei's character. That's right.
And what's the name of that? I don't know.
Of that Star Trek movie?
Yeah, of
his
character,
series?
of his character.
I have no clue. I don't know Star Trek well enough.
I was a DSN fan, Deep Space Nine Star Trek fan more than anything else.
Really?
Not so much Next Generation because I wasn't really into it as much, but Deep Space Nine has its moments.
The peak of my Star Trek knowledge only goes as far as like the newer films that have come out.
We probably have a couple
years.
of the like Star Trek 5, I think, is the one where William Shatner swims with whales.
That's already a wild concept to me.
Like 2% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That low.
There is some the one that Leonard Nimoy directed is also really bad.
He directed one himself?
He did. I think it was Star Trek 3.
Wow.
Rest in peace, Leonard Nimoy.
Dude, rest in peace.
Live long and prosper.
Yep.
I mean, I don't really have much to say. This is just a funny film. I do like the joke that Danny Trejo's family got killed by a Korean gangsters, and they're all
different versions of John Cho.
John Cho. I think it's
so funny that
the absurdity of this comedy.
You know what we forgot to talk about? After they take the eggnog at that party,
they get drugged.
They get drugged with that eggnog, and they're like, I don't think there was anything in the eggnog. I feel kind of weird. Maybe there's just a little bit. And then they come out of the elevator to exit the building, and when the elevator doors open, they are in
claymation,
full blown claymation, and it's epic.
That's actually one of the funnier bits for sure.
Yeah,
because when they're talking to what is it, like an elf or something like that, and then it cuts to what's actually happening, and they're like just playing with some fat kid's cheeks.
Yeah. No, they think it's a squirrel.
That's what it is.
They're petting the squirrel in a tree, and they think that they're petting a real squirrel, and it cuts to
like
real
just
life.
Some fat kid.
Some fat kid's cheeks. You're just getting obliterated.
You ever get your cheeks obliterated?
Man, I just realized how bad that sentence sounded, and I want to take it back.
Oh,
take it back a bit. I don't know what it means to get my cheeks obliterated, and I don't want to know what it means because the term obliterate, very bad. To someone's cheeks, even worse.
I just realized what you're wearing.
Yes. Ding, ding, ding.
I actually
ding,
didn't.
Ding, ding, ding. Really?
I just right now clocked what you were wearing. Because I was like, what is that green and red?
Did you understand that this was a Christmas sweater?
I do now.
But at the time, you just thought, like, oh, Chris is just wearing, like, something crazy. That's Christian.
That's Christian.
Really? Look at this. It's a full-blown
great.
reindeer with, like, a button nose. It's Rudolph. I'm assuming it's a red nose. It's very soft. I wore this last year for Christmas.
Way to propagate the capitalistic agenda.
Hey, man. Take my money.
Please.
Take my money, Santa.
Take my money, please.
Yeah. I want to ask you, who would win in a fight?
Kumar.
Not between them two.
Oh, sorry.
But probably Kumar. He seems like he could scrap, and would probably be just... He wouldn't give a care because he's super high. But my original question is John Cho or Steven Yeun? Because they are... And for you baddies that don't know who Steven Yeun is, it is Glenn from The Walking Dead. They could play the same characters. They probably have shown up to many of the same auditions. The leading Asian man. Right?
I don't know. Oh, man. I guess Steven Yeun would have been okay in Star Trek.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I could have taken John Cho seriously in Walking Dead.
Because...
I have a tough time taking... Although, I was going to say I have a tough time taking him seriously, although I did watch that movie. I think it's called Search, or the one that's like...
Search Party?
You know what I'm talking about? The John Cho one where it's like his daughter gets taken and it's like all through a computer screen.
No clue.
And it's like you're watching the computer screen. It's like...
Oh, yeah. I forget what it's called, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
That movie's very, very interesting. And I don't know if Steven Yeun would have been able to do... John Cho is playing something that like I've never seen him. That's a level of acting from him that I've never seen before.
I've always wanted to watch that.
And then to Steven Yeun's point, Glenn's death is acting on such a different level.
Sorry for the spoiler alert, but that happened years ago. So if you hadn't seen it yet,
you're fine. The show's gross now, anyways.
Yeah, it's not as good anymore.
Also, did you see Steven Yeun when him and Conan O'Brien went to South Korea?
No.
They go to the border of South Korea and North Korea.
Really?
And they're both like standing there and they're like, so you mean I can't walk right to the other side of this room? And they're like, yeah, no, don't go over to the other side of the room because that's North Korea.
It's in a room in which it's divided?
Straight up.
What?
I got it. It's on Netflix. Conan Without Borders. Check it out. It's hilarious.
Oh, that's so funny.
That one, the South Korea and the Italy episode are the best ones.
I will say that maybe we can't imagine John Cho as Glenn in The Walking Dead, or wouldn't have taken him seriously, because we know him as Harold. As opposed to Steven Yeun, we didn't know him from much else or anything else at the time. He was just this Asian actor.
But we've seen Steven Yeun do comedy.
Yes.
And he does it very well, but maybe he does comedy so well because we're so used to seeing him in drama.
Here, my question
and
is...
John Cho does drama so well because we're so used to seeing him in comedy.
Is it easier to transition from being a comedic actor into a dramatic actor, or from a dramatic actor into a comedic actor?
The latter.
It's easier?
It's easier to be a dramatic actor to go to comedy because if you're a comedian, people will never take you seriously.
Yeah.
But if you're a dramatic actor and you can make people laugh, then they'll think you're multifaceted.
You know what's odd about that is that in taking some acting classes in community college, I've been told time and time again that comedy is just drama with timing, right? And that comedy is difficult.
I've never heard it like that, but
because timing it's a skill that
it's everything.
It's almost everything. It's a skill that hopefully you're born with. It's hard to learn. It's something easier if you had already known it, right? Just growing up like a funny person, you understand like when to like hold and like when to come in for like certain things. But like if you've only known dramatic acting and don't understand that like a pause that is consisted of a few milliseconds can make it or break it for a laugh.
Totally.
However, Liam Neeson as a dramatic actor doing comedy, some of my favorite shit.
Him in A Thousand Ways to Die in the West.
I haven't seen it. Seth MacFarlane's Western.
The only reason why Liam Neeson is in that movie is because they made fun of him on Family Guy, of him being like in a Western.
Really?
Yeah.
And he was just like, I'm on board.
He's like, I'll do it.
I'm all about these like serious actors being
Not
down
taking
for the
themselves
jokes.
too seriously.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my God.
Where
man.
Steven Yeun, I think, can handle it, whereas I think John Cho takes himself very seriously.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, I think his characters are funny, but I wonder if he is as a person that funny.
Oh, I don't know.
Right, because I don't
It's hard to know.
I don't know if Kal Penn is actually this funny in real life. Because Kumar's not at all who he is in real life.
I've heard Will Ferrell being the comedic legend that he is. I hear so obviously he's amazing in movies and on set and whatnot. But as a person, I hear he's actually much quieter and like a little more introverted than you would actually think, and not as funny.
I've heard he's not too nice to like extras and people on set. I've heard he's actually not the best person on set.
That's rough for me to hear.
I've heard a couple of different people tell me, and I've read one or two interviews online that were a little disheartening on Will Ferrell's on-set acting.
I need to know the context behind that stuff because, for a long time, a lot of people were saying, Seth Rogen's a fucking asshole. Like, look at this clip of him flipping off this paparazzi that was a fan. And you look at the clip, right? And it's because this paparazzi literally coming at his face when he's just trying to like get to his car from getting like a cup of coffee.
Yeah, I don't know if some people I don't believe. I don't know if I could ever see a bad bone in Seth Rogen's body, but I've seen Tobey Maguire scream at paparazzi, and that guy's got a deep banger.
I mean, that's rough because he was a child actor. He was one of the...
And that's why I think he had... But so was Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen was in Freaks and Geeks and stuff at 17, 16.
Yeah, young. Got his success very early on.
You know who else was a child star?
Who?
Neil Patrick Harris.
That's right. Doogie Howser. Way to bring it back.
Thank you. Hey, I'm a professional. Did you ever watch Doogie Howser?
No.
Such a funny show.
No.
Because he's a kid who's like a genius, like doctor. He's a surgeon. But every episode ends with him like doing a journal entry, and they made a joke about that in How I Met Your Mother episode, where Barney's like finishing the episode writing in the journal, and they have the Doogie Howser theme playing.
Wow, another callback to. I like these
meta jokes.
Meta jokes.
I'm all about meta jokes.
Yeah, I think with this movie, they're able to make this amount of meta jokes because it's the third installment in this franchise. It's bonkers. They have almost nothing to lose and everything to gain. You know these characters already. Let's just make the craziest jokes.
You know the game.
Yeah.
It's like in, I found in like the later Roger Moore films for James Bond, they were like, yeah, we know Bond's getting kind of silly, so let's like give him ski guns.
Let's double down. Let's give him all of these weapons that make no sense.
That he'll literally only use once in like a very specific like use of it. But hey, it'll help.
Can you imagine spending millions of dollars on this like gun?
Pen grenade.
Yes, a pen grenade that after it blows up, that's it. Millions of dollars.
You gotta hope the bad guy likes clicking pens, because
other than that, if he's a pencil person, you're out of luck.
Good luck, baby.
Yeah,
he's the new Fidel. We can't kill that motherfucker.
Sorry, he's out of our grasp.
I'm struggling finding things to say, not because I don't know what to say, but because this movie truly does speak for itself.
Yeah, I mean, if we just keep on talking, we're just gonna keep talking about this funny moment, which we could keep talking about, but it's something that you should just throw on. It'll put you in that Christmas mood, honestly.
It'll put you in a laughing mood.
Yes.
I don't know if this is the most Christmassy film we've ever done.
No.
But it is definitely one of the funnier films we've done.
Definitely.
Like, legitimately,
laugh out loud funny.
Yeah. I mean, don't take yourself too seriously. You're watching Harold and Kumar.
They shoot Santa in the face out of the sky.
They shoot, and then when Harold is explaining that to Danny Trejo, he's like, "Yeah, I shot Santa. By the way, Santa's real. I shot him in the head."
Very throwaway. Very throwaway.
It's like that's the movie. Him trying to explain to the family that could be a whole 3-hour movie.
And the whole test of this movie is that Danny Trejo just wanted to see that he could stand up for himself.
Of course.
That's all. So by John Cho saying, "Hey, I didn't ruin your Christmas, dude. You ruined my Christmas, and this is what I had to go through." And he just lists it all out. And then Danny Trejo was like, "This is what I want. My daughter needs something more than a good man, but needs a strong man like you."
You're like John Cho.
I love John Cho. I am like John Cho, or
Yeah,
I like John Cho?
you are.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that. Thank you.
It's easy to tell who's who in this film. I knew right off the bat that I was Kumar and you were Harold.
Super easy, dude.
Just,
I think this is a tentpole of ICBTB, us saying like I'm this person and you're that person, especially in these duo comedies, these buddy comedies.
Well, because we're two-handers, bro.
Yeah, man.
You have Best Person on Set award?
Ooh, it's probably gonna have to go to Neil Patrick Harris, honestly. As much as it could go to Harold or Kumar, it's a given that they're great.
Mine goes to Danny Trejo.
Oh, really?
Danny has maybe 30 lines in the whole film,
Not many.
but is making the most of his little morsels of screen time.
Yeah.
Danny Trejo is such a crazy, interesting person. Watching him do a so over-the-top comedy like this it's just great to see him flex his power.
For someone so scary, it's nice to see someone not take themselves seriously.
Yes.
I mean, look at his repertoire. Fucking Machete.
Shout out, Real Buzz Crew just did an episode on Machete Kills. Check it out.
Yeah, check that out.
But yeah, he does great films. And Once Upon a Time in Mexico, and Spy Kids, and
What else? He does a lot. He honestly, a bunch of like B films.
he's always the bad guy with the machete.
The fool's getting old though. I'm pretty sure he's like in his 70s.
But he looks the same.
Yeah, he doesn't age, man.
I do love his prison tattoos.
Yeah, his rise to fame is such an incredible rise to fame. I mean, the fact that he spent how many years in prison before
A long time.
he came out, turned his life around, got into acting because he looked a certain way, and it
He
just
was-
worked
yeah,
out.
He was just on set being not even an extra. He was like doing day labor.
Wow.
And they are like, "We like your look. We want you to be in it." And he was like, "Oh, okay, sure."
As cool as those stories are, it is also kind
Frustrating.
of exactly. It's
Because it's like, why can't I be that
how
guy?
come I can't look like him?
You know how Harrison Ford got his audition for Han Solo?
Wasn't he? He wasn't necessarily an extra. He was just on. He was like a carpenter there, and they asked him to do a cold read because someone was missing.
He was building cabinets for George Lucas.
That's what it was, man. And was he trying to be an actor at that time?
He was already an actor. In fact, he was trying to get an audition for Indiana Jones. But in order to get into Indiana Jones, he had to audition for the producer, George Lucas, for his other stupid film, some space age shit called Star Wars. I think actually at the time it was called The Adventure of Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
The Adventure of Luke Starkiller was the original name of it.
And weren't they really trying to spearhead Star Wars because they're trying to make money not only from the film but mainly from the merchandise that it would create, right?
They didn't realize how big the merch was until after the first three came out. That's why Lucas didn't make the prequels until he got the right to the toys back.
Oh.
Because he lost out on literally billions of dollars
These kids
from
love
the
these
toy
toys.
rights.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Wow, so that worked out for Harrison Ford. That's really like the pieces of the puzzle just falling in the right places.
Luck is opportunity and hard work put together.
Damn, dude. Wow. Good for him. You have a best... Oh, you said you gave it to Danny
You're
Trejo.
not even listening.
I am listening, dude.
Would you like to rate this film?
I would love to rate this film. It got a solid 4 out of 5 for me. It's bonkers good way.
I'm giving it a 1.
Whoa!
It can be that bad, but that does not mean it's not fun. That does not mean it's not an enjoyable film. It is just also legitimately a bad movie.
Yeah, it's that's crazy.
It's forced 3D. It's a formulaic plot. It's stupid, dumb stoner comedy. It's Harold and Kumar, but that does not mean you shouldn't watch it. That does not mean you shouldn't appreciate the time and effort that went into it. It's just know what you're getting into.
Wow.
Just know what it's about.
You're making me rethink, what does the spectrum mean to me? Does it mean that I enjoyed it, or are we really trying to critique it as if it's like, as if we're critics? Wow, interesting. 1 out of 5.
Are we not critics?
No, you know what I mean? Like,
we are critics, Christian. We have a podcast show in which we critique films, specifically low-rated films.
Interesting. Well, like critiquing it from like a cinematography point, like not
Which
a cinematography point. Yes, we do. We do all of this.
We break it down so deep, just to throw away at the ratings.
Maybe my spectrum is just different than you. Okay, I have to rethink my spectrum because now I'm just like rating things based off like, yeah, I liked it. No, I don't know. Wow, you've turned my world upside down.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you as well, my friend.
Merry Christmas, baddies. It's not too late to get your ICBTB merch, ICBTB.com, or if you like to spell things out, it can't be that bad.com.
That's right. Both work. We are literally out of the raspberry cheesecake or berries and cream.
Don't bring it up then.
Oh, okay. I won't bring it up.
But we still have our coffee and cream shirt.
Coffee and cream.
We have our crop tops.
Yep.
We got stickers.
Yep.
We got kisses.
That, if you buy it, we'll ship it to you.
It'll be there by next week. But come January 2021, we have some new fun stuff hopefully coming out.
Yes, we will definitely have some new stuff.
Be working on it.
Yeah, and we will be coming out with a live something at some point in the future. We don't know when yet, but just stay tuned.
Yes, we are.
Right?
I guess so.
We don't know the details yet, but ambiguity makes people excited.
My name's Alejandro, and you can follow me at Call_me_Jesus.
And my name is Christian, and you can follow me at Christian Has Asthma.
And you can follow the podcast at
ICBTB Podcast. Be sure to leave us an email at ICBTBpodcast.
Don't forget to rate and review our podcast.
Yep, on Apple Podcasts.
Subscribe,
or follow us on Spotify.
Write us a letter, send us an email.
Yeah. Do everything you can to support the podcast.
Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa. I know Hanukkah's over already.
Yep.
But I hope you had a happy Hanukkah, Jews. I hope you had a great Christmas, Christians.
Yes.
I hope you had a good Xmas, atheists. I hope you had a good Kwanzaa, African Americans.
And I hope you have a great Friday for you Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh, damn.
Right?
We got a whole list to start off with. I hope you have a good Christmas, Mormons. I hope you have a good Christmas, Baptists. I hope you have a good Christmas, Protestants.
Merry Christmas. Check us out on YouTube if you haven't yet.
Good Christmas, Rastafarians.